What we're going to look at now is adding audio to Ableton and chopping that audio up, slicing, splicing, and adding it to like a drum machine or a sampler. So I've got some audio down here, and I'm going to take this little WAV here, which is called Yourself WAV, and I'm just going to drag that in and just drag it into Ableton. Now I suggest you save these samples with your song itself. So this one I'm just going to go save as. I'm just going to navigate to that desktop there, to Hip Hop Ableton Live. I'm just going to call this Hip Hop Demo. There we go. All right, so that's living with that then now. So it just means that you're just keeping your audio where the project file is. So it's just good housekeeping techniques. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit as well. Let's do that using the Push2. So I'm just taking down the volume there. Just press mix up there, brought that down. This one here is just my voice there, so I'm just going to turn it up a little bit louder. And now that sample's in there, I'm going to press session view, and that will bring up the sample there. All these clips here are red because that's my monitor microphone there, which I've got as a record arm there, so you can monitor what I'm saying. So I could record on any one of those as it's doing there. Let's stop that. We don't want to be too. Get rid of that. So this is our little sample here. Let's just go to the mix, turn that up a little bit louder. And in this is a nice little break beat. Nice grainy little sample. So let's go to, I just press the blank clip underneath it to stop that. Audio 2. Let's go to clip. So and clipped on there. Let's have a look at that clip. So what I can do up here, you've got start time. I'm just going to get that really rough. Up to about there. Let's try that again. That'll do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to now press on here. Let's go back to audio, sorry, to clip. Audio 1. When that comes up, we have this little button here called convert. I'm going to click on convert, and I'm going to make this into a simpler, not a drum pad, but put it into the sampler. Now what we've got now is when it comes up, we have various modes, and we've got that little, if I go to layout, if I go to note, I've got that classic sort of sampler thing going on there. So okay, all that sort of thing. And if you look there, it actually calls this classic mode. I'm going to change that to slicing mode. So what it's done there is it's analysed. It's going to bring the endpoint back there. Actually, before we go into slicing mode, let's just go back to classic. I'm just going to edit this. Okay, I'll just bring it back to about there. Okay, let's now go back into slicing mode. And what that's done is it slices stuff and put it onto all these pads. You can also change the sensitivity as well if you think it's making too many samples. Let's take that right down to, like, let's take it to 50% and see what that's like. That'll do there. So it's give us less samples. Let's take up a little bit more. Add in a few more. More or less what we had before. Let's zoom in. So using this little function here, we can zoom in and have a look at that. So I can actually get rid of these as well. So if I press down this one, which is a little bit useless as a sample, I can press delete and it should get rid of that. So you press delete and then you press down there. Slice one deleted. Okay, there's a few little pops here. What we can do is, let's zoom up on that. That one's okay. So that's got a bit of noise there. What you can do on this nudge mode, if I can go to the next one, and we can move this back, get it cleaner. So that's cleaner. And the start point, that's cleaner. Let's go back to this next one, nudge this one back. Okay, let's go to that one and nudge that back. So this is just making the previous one cleaner. Okay, cool. So we can do just like we did before. Let's go into, if I click on the onto layout, I can let's start with this note here. So I can start by sticking in. I press down this top left hand button and it gives me 2 bars. So let's have a look at the first one. So this bass drum I'm going to put as like that. So what we also want to do as well is put this as poly, so we can play more than one note at the same time. It's just a very basic beat. See what's up. Okay, I can play a little grace note with this. So what I'm going to do with this is put this into record to play the grace note. Press quantize, take that off. So that's converting a sample into a simpler, slicing it and then making a little groove out of it.